Hey everyone, this is Jake, and today we are going to be talking about all the information they have released today for global server of the counter side. So we'll jump into the video and I will try to quickly summarize whatever they have shown so far as well as the roadmap they have revealed. So let's jump into this video and quickly talk about it. First of all, if you're a brand new player to this game and playing counter side for the first time, I advise you watching this video they have posted. It gives pretty good rundown of what the game is about and what you can expect from playing this game. So probably watch this video, then maybe come back to it to kind of listen to my insights on what's kind of coming in the future and what you can kind of expect from these roadmaps. So first thing we're going to look at is the May roadmap. That's basically, I'm assuming, what we are going to have at the launch of the game on May 26th. Episode 1 to 5 is going to have a full main story. So you are able to finish from basically kind of first arc of the game. And it's going to be a pretty enjoyable ride once again. And I'm ready to go through once again. And difference is from the other server is going to have some of the new units as well. Rosaria is going to be available from day 1, which is kind of normal since they're releasing episode 5 right away at the start. So I understand why they're adding her from the start. So she exists there and you will understand why she exists here because you have to play episode 5 to understand it. Launch celebration events for the 163 pools, that's normal for other servers as well, so same events coming back to global server, which is good. And client wise, they had pretty good quality of life changes applied already within the closed beta test version of the global server that I talked about in my review video. So there is that, and you can expect pretty good changes and probably some additional quality of life changes since then apply to this version of the game most likely. So that's pretty good. They're having PvP season, which is normal, sweet promotion, which is like a Valentine's event that comes with the skins and a story, which is pretty light heart-coded. I think, yeah, it was more of the basically kind of really side event that doesn't really relate to main arc that much, but still very cool and cute event, and I really enjoyed playing through it. And the Valentine's skins is pretty nice. So you can definitely go for that. They are also having 6 side stories. I'm assuming that means we are going to be able to farm a lot of SSR units from the starts. So that seems to be pretty good. And Awakening units as well as the Operator will be getting day 1 as well as a counter pass. We'll talk more about it a little bit in the later part of the video. But Hilde will be the first Awakening units. And Operators, I will kind of advise you to hold on this banner. You probably want to wait for the new Operator coming out in the future. And counter pass wise, Einstein Spy is very good character to this day within Korean server, so I definitely advise you to get this counter pass if you decide to play this game and spend some money within this game, because counter pass gives probably one of the best values within the game when you spend the money. They give you pretty decent resources, and for SSR character they give you 1, as well as they give you multiple copies of the characters so you can get them to level 106 very easily. So seems to be pretty packed opening for the May. Next section, we'll talk about the June's roadmap, and first big thing is they are adding Danger Close content, which is pretty much the end game PvP contents. This is the content where you kind of use all your units to kind of beat down a really difficult, challenging boss. Once you beat the boss, you get a certain score depending on how fast you cleared it, and then you can apply more debuff to your units, and you have more challenging time to clear the boss. But when you actually clear it, you get way more points, so that way your score will be much higher. Depending on your score, you'll be ranked, and depending on your rank, you will get more rewards. It's not that different amount of effort it takes. I think this is more of kind of showing up how strong it is, and it is also achievement as well. They give you some special emblem depending on which rank you are, and it's pretty fun content as you get stronger, in my opinion. So anyways, PB contents that you can enjoy, and you can kind of be lazy and just do the bare minimum and still be able to get the resources every rotations and get a pretty good nice reward from the Danger Close shop. Next part, we'll talk about Awakening units. Yumina, I have review videos on her, and my opinion hasn't really changed much. I think she's definitely more of the PvP character to this state. She definitely has some usage for certain Danger Close within PvP contents, but that's about it. I think she is not that great in other places. But early on, she should be pretty good. But in the future, yeah, she kind of gets outdated. But anyway, operator is probably the main thing about the June update. I think Gimhana is definitely the operator you do not want to miss. It is a meta operator that used throughout the pretty much all PvE contents and even PvP. I think Gimhana definitely has potential here and there depending what you roll within that week. So operator Gimhana is definitely a pity-worthy operator that you want to go for. New unit recruitment says Sigma as well as Adele. I think Adele definitely got kind of outdated within Korean server, but should be very good early units for PvE as well as PvP content, especially contents coming out for July, which is the Shadow Halt. Adele is going to be very good within that content, and she got really nice skins as well. So yeah, you definitely do not want to miss her in my opinion actually. Sigma is definitely one of the best characters for PvE as well as PvP, so another character that you definitely do not want to miss. Counterpass Regina, I think it's definitely an underwhelming character compared to other two I have just mentioned, but she is really good character against mechanics throughout the PvE contents, and some of the PvE contents in the future you probably want to have Regina to kind of clear it a lot easier. And to be honest with you, Counterpass gives a nice rewards with a lot of materials and such, so buying Counterpass if you decide to spend any bit of money in this game is pretty much essential. That's one of the best value you will get out from spending money in this game, so I'll definitely go for every Counterpass. That's my goal for the global server at least, and we'll see what happens. And 1 versus 1 chat system is going to be pretty useful for me as well to try to communicate with anyone who really have a die-hard question regarding to the game. So I'll try to stream more often when the global server comes out, and I'll try to answer most of the questions as I can for the first month or so. So we'll see what happens. And the Left Behind Alone as well as Old Fury event stories, which is all good, and you will enjoy it. Boosting events lastly is probably giving some of the resource to level up your character a little bit faster and such. And let's look at July's roadmap, and Shadow Palace is a PvE content that's going to be added as well. It's definitely one of the content you will farm until the end of the game. It gives one of the best PvE gears that you can use as well as PvP for certain characters. So you definitely want to farm this PvE content as much as you can, and there's certain entrance ticket that comes out every single day, and you can kind of stack it together to certain points, so you don't have to do it every single day. You can just kind of wait and clear, or you can do one by one every single day if you want, but that's your approach. Operator wise, they're coming out with the Sigma, which I think is pretty decent operator for PvE as well as PvP within certain situations, but I feel like it definitely gets outdated within Korean server right now, and I don't think she's that great. I think she has some usage within PvE, but that's pretty much it. So I don't really recommend Sigma that much. New unit requirements, Serapel, Alex, and Harap. I think Serapel is one of the best 4-cost defender to this date within Korean server for both PvE and PvP. So definitely recommended. Alex and Harap, definitely not really. Alex, maybe certain usage for danger close here and there, but general usage, no. So I definitely would not recommend those units. Counterpass, Rudimilla, one of the best sniper within this game, and she will carry you through a lot of PvE contents as well as the PvP matches, and like I said, Counterpass gives one of the best values within this game. So Rudimilla, go for it and you will not regret it. And the Great Witch's Legacy, which come with the nice event story with the Awakening Yuna, which is one of the new Awakening units that will be introduced in July. And Awakening Yuna is definitely one of the best Awakening units for both PvE and PvP contents. So this is probably the first Awakening units that I can recommend for a lot of people. And I said it many times, I think this is definitely going to be a first Awakening unit for many different people. This was my first Awakening unit for C server, and it's about the other servers I played, and she is definitely one of the best units. She still gets used within Korean server quite often, especially within PvP. So yeah, Yuna is not a unit that will get outdated. It's very good. And End of the Maze, which is one of the best events within this game with the best story. I think my opinion has changed a lot since the more events came out within Korean server, but regardless, it's one of the best event story that I can still remember, and the BGM for this event is badass, so there's that. And 50 days event, they probably give more resources to help you boost to your character's levels and such, but we'll see what they give. And let's move on to August. In August, we have episode 6, so more main stories for you to read and get some quotes and such, so it's going to be a lot of fun reading it again. Consortium Co-op Battle is another PvE content that's getting added. You participated basically with your clan members to hunt down small monsters to get the buff, and once you stack in a buff, you go enter the boss stage and try to kill the boss and get some rewards out of it. You don't really have to be that essential about it at the start, but you definitely want to participate every single week, so that way you can get the maximum rewards. Awakening unit, 6 Wings Na Yubin, definitely one of the best Awakening units for Defender class, and he is going to be pretty essential in some of the challenging PvE contents as well as PvP to this date within Korean server. So definitely another Awakening units you do not want to miss if you're a meta slave. I'm not using that word as a negative term, I'm just using that word because I'm really used to using that word. So meta slave players, yeah, go for him. He's definitely another Awakening unit that you do not want to miss. Operator Moneka, I think she is very niche operators that you probably never want to use. I mean, I have her, I barely used her, and I probably never really ever use her ever again. So I just have her as a figure kind of thing. So there's that. New unit recruitments, they have a couple character. I think Ifrit is definitely one of the best character exists within this game, so you definitely do not want to miss this mechanics. It's a 3-cost striker that just shreds everything within PvE and PvP contents. So yeah, definitely go for that character. You will not miss. Mika Star is probably more decent out of this pool, and she is pretty good against certain counters within PvP. Within PvE is pretty useless, so don't bother if you're hardcore PvE players. But there is that, and a counter pass, they have Edith Twins, which is a huge trap. She is one of probably the worst character exists within this game. I can see her getting buff by the time it comes out within Global Server, but I don't know what they can do to make her better. I think they can adjust a couple things, but I think that way they'll make her OP, but we'll see what happens. But definitely pretty underwhelming counter pass. Even the person who's willing to buy a counter pass every single month, I think that's kind of unit that I'm like, do I really want to buy it? I don't really know. I feel like they should have added Niall to the counter pass. I think that's probably more instant buy than the Edith Twins, even though I really like her character and such. But yeah, that's pretty underwhelming, so I can't see a lot of people just passing this counter pass. But anyways, they're also adding relic challenge item upgrades, so this is a way to upgrade your gears to T7 and get some T7 gears if you are lucky. So basically it's kind of more, think this one as more of the farming materials to upgrade your endgame gears to T7. So I'll explain more down the road, but definitely kind of content you have to be really stacked up to do it. So we'll see how things will build up for it. The last big thing for the August is PC Client coming, and this will be releasing on the Steam, so you can download this game on the Steam and play it. I think a couple mobile games tried this approach and it works. I think you probably have to link your account, or you have to report to developers to kind of transfer your account to Steam account and combine it. I don't know how exactly it works because I never really done it, but you know, PC Client is coming, better late than never. We'll talk more about this topic probably in other videos, but there is that, and 100 days event, which will probably give pretty decent rewards and such. But that is pretty much it about my rundown of the roadmaps. But now I actually talk about kind of my thoughts after kind of reading this roadmap. First of all, I kind of see where the concerns coming from for Awakening units coming out too fast or day one. And I definitely agree. I think I do miss like PvP matches with no Awakening units and rearm units time to time. Well, I feel like it's just the nature of the game, and those units are the ones that makes them money. The point I'm trying to say is, I guess, is that I think it's kind of think it as a vaccinations. You rather have it early than later, in my opinions. It won't make that much difference down the road. You might as well have it day one and just move on with it. Same goes for Operator. I think it should have a day one and move on with it. You probably want to wait until next month when the Gimhana comes out and adds to the standard pool. Because Gimhana is definitely one of the best operators within this game, like I said earlier. So don't get baited and wait until June to pull out your operators. And lastly is about the counter pass. I guess it's another thing that people worry about day one kind of thing, and Einspy is pretty good character for PvP as well as PvE. So I understand what people are trying to say about things, but my counter pass stand is pretty much the similar from it was introduced in other servers as well. I understand if you're a hardcore free-to player, it sucks that you can't get the characters until they have their own banners and such. But to me, who decides to pay certain amounts within the game. By the way, I'm not a whale, I'm dolphin at the most. So people like me, I think counter pass is crazy good value within this game, that I can get this character guaranteed very easily, and I can get multiple copy of this character, so I don't have to use a fusion core to get this character to level 106 and forward. So it is very good deal in my book. Not to mention they give some recruitment tickets, some of the other resources. That's pretty good to have early on. So it's a no-brainer purchase for me. But I understand if it is not. I'm just trying to say it's definitely one of the best thing you can buy with your Adamant coins within this game. So consider it if you are planning to play. And if you're a hardcore free-to-player, I think message I want to give it to you guys is there is a lot of content for you to enjoy. There is some of the skill is required if you get to a certain stage. So it's not like you just press dollar buttons and buy every single thing and you just reach the top ranks. It's not possible. You have to understand how the game works and such. But yeah, it sucks if you were planning to enjoy every single content. I think long as they're giving all these boosting events like 100 days, 50 days, all these events to kind of fill up the gap with some of the contents coming earlier than before and such, I think it should be very managed for anyone who doesn't really decide to spend money or not a lot of money within this game. So that's pretty much what I can say about this roadmap so far and my thoughts behind it. I'm pretty much all over the place, to be honest with you. I got back from the work and I've just sat on my desk and just trying to record this and pretty tired. My voice is like cracking and I'm dying. My deck is like about to go die, but anyways, but thanks for watching, guys. There's going to be a lot of preparation I have to do and a lot of videos to make, but I'll try to make it through for you guys. And thanks for watching. This is Jake. We'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Bye bye.